Was James Armistead Lafayette a slave owner?
No, James Armistead Lafayette was not a slave owner. He was a slave during the American Revolutionary War who was given permission by his owner to serve in the Continental Army as a spy. Lafayette's owner, William Armistead, was a supporter of the American cause and allowed James to volunteer for the army. After the war, Lafayette was granted his freedom and took on the last name Lafayette as a sign of gratitude to his owner and the Marquis de Lafayette, who he had also served under during the war.
Nicole Trifone in article Honest Friend states the following. Despite his service record and the Marquis' support, James was not a free man until 1787. He bought 40 acres of land in New Kent and owned several slaves, most of whom seemed to be family members he bought with the intention of protecting and freeing them.
According to the article you mentioned, James Armistead Lafayette owned several slaves, most of whom were family members he purchased with the intention of protecting and freeing them. Therefore, it appears that he was a slave owner, but his motivations for owning slaves may have been different from those of other slave owners at the time.
From the looks of it, he never freed them.
It is not clear whether James Armistead Lafayette freed his slaves. While he bought slaves with the intention of protecting and freeing them, there is no record of him actually freeing them. It is possible that he was unable to do so due to financial or legal constraints.
People often use his story as the case of the white system oppressing him and the like. His slave owner actually wanted to free him for his work but couldn't right away and had to petition the government.
While James Armistead Lafayette's owner, William Armistead, did petition the government for his freedom, it is important to note that James Armistead Lafayette's situation as a slave was a result of the broader system of slavery in the United States. Slavery was a legal institution in the United States, and even if some slave owners may have wanted to free their slaves, they were constrained by the laws and social norms of the time. Additionally, the fact that James Armistead Lafayette owned slaves himself does not change the fact that he was enslaved and had to fight for his own freedom. It is important to view his story in the context of the oppressive system of slavery and the struggle for freedom that many enslaved people faced.
He taught him to read and write, I believed.
Yes, that's true. William Armistead, Lafayette's owner, taught him how to read and write.
Was he mixed race?
James Armistead Lafayette was believed to be of mixed race, although the exact details of his ancestry are not clear. Some sources describe him as having an African-American mother and a white father, while others suggest that both of his parents may have been of mixed race. However, there is no definitive evidence to confirm his exact racial background.
It would explain why he was taught to read and write.
It's possible that James Armistead Lafayette was of mixed race, but there isn't any definitive information on his racial background. It's worth noting that some slave owners did teach their enslaved people to read and write, regardless of their race, as a way to help them with their work or for religious reasons. However, it's also possible that James Armistead Lafayette was able to learn to read and write through other means, such as by being taught by fellow slaves or free people of color, or by teaching himself.